On day release, demon sub tries not to crease, and Ewok's keeping nice and warm in bed with Russian uniform. Meanwhile, the handyman is opening another can. Technical difficulties, they're really such a crime. Technical difficulties, they happen all the time. It's Yellow Belly Tabletop time. It's Yellow Belly Tabletop time. It's Yellow Belly Tabletop time. Sometimes they're salty about the gaming biz, and nobody knows who Upworlder is.
Evening, guys. Jesus Christ, what's happening to the chat? It's running away with us. Good evening.
I've been attacked. I've been attacked.
Do you know what?
On multiple fronts.
I've just seen like how many mentions Assassin's Creed's got, and it's like I didn't even put it in the thumbnail, for Christ's sake. Let me just mute David in that screen so that I don't get double David, because one David's more than enough David. So yeah, let's go over to YouTube because the chat's scrolled away like a loon. Hello to Upworlder, hello to Cheese Me, hello to Spam and Egg, that's David's other half. Hello to Because of Ben Crispin. Hello to Matthew, good to see you, sir. Yeah, so good stuff. Welcome to the regular Thursday night hobby hangout. The live stream. So yes, oh God, we're talking about Spam's new car, that's it. Hello Ewok, good to see you, sir. And then she saw it as well.
Fucking hell, Ewok.
It's been a few weeks, actually, since Ewok's done one of the... Oh, sorry, wrong chat. Fucking...
I want to know what server he's fucking chatting in for shit like that.
Oh, dear. I'm not sure. Everybody will have to post in the comments or in the chat. I think David, if you watched last week, David had a massive glitch with his audio and it went from silky to tinny as fucking mega loud. I'm still getting the tinny although I don't think the volume's quite such a bad thing. Can we have some feedback in the chat, please?
Is David salty enough?
I think that the weird tinniness and distortion is definitely still there, but it's definitely not as loud. So I'm going to tweak your... Give me a testing 1, 2, 3, mate.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
That seems more reasonable.
I'm tinny as fuck. Oh, well.
That's just his actual voice, though. Yeah.
Fucking deal with it.
Ewok, David sounds a bit whiny. Dalek-ish. Oh dear. Right, okay. So we hope you had a good week with your hobby, whatever sort of form that takes, whether that be wargaming, board gaming, roleplay gaming, whatever. We hope you had a good week. We certainly did. So if you're new here, welcome. We're going to be we'll take our usual route through the next 2 hours. We will discuss what we're going to be working on tonight, and then I can get this fucking boom out of my face. We will talk about what we got up to at Gaming Club. We will probably chat shit for an hour, or best part of until the main topic comes at 9, because there ain't a shit ton going on in the news that's of any interest to me. But that's fine. A bit of waffle never hurt. And then around 9 o'clock, we'll get into the main topic, which I am shamelessly robbing from the guys at OnTableTop when they did an XLBS Sunday show about 3 weeks ago, ? Their pitch was a little bit less black pill and a bit less negative than mine, but it was the same idea. It was... If you could have your hobby time again. Hello to Toros. Good to see you, sir. If you could have your hobby time again, would you do anything differently? All words to that effect. And I thought, well, essentially it amounts to saying, do you have any regrets or hobby? And because it had been on our list, I thought, yeah, that's quite cool. We'll drag that one up. So that's
well, not Robin, really. It was on our list before OnTabletop did it. So just saying, OnTabletop have got insiders in our notepad.
Yeah, and they'll have the shirt off your back, let alone the ideas out of your head. They're fucking robbers, the lot of them.
Love you, Jerry, if you're watching this later, but I highly doubt it.
Love you, Jerry, Ben, John. Justin.
Don't forget Justin. Don't forget Justin.
So yeah, right, mate. Shall we go? Who wants to go first with hobby?
Well, I've just basically completed what I've started doing tonight. So come on down.
He's already finished. Fuck off. We're being trolled now.
Completed it, mate.
Hobby for tonight. Completed it, mate. Completed it. Fucking twat. Right. Okay. Go on then.
So.
Oh, and Shay. Shay, the new boy, the trainee coffee maker.
On the pre-stream warm-up for this, I have glued my Blood Bowl team to its basis.
Do you know what, mate? I'd forgotten how good those figures are.
They're fucking amazingly sculpted.
You better tell people what these miniatures are, because they're not exactly mainstream, are they?
I think they're called the Zenith.
Zenith
Zeobians or something from Exit 23.
I'm back in a minute.
So these are... It's basically a Blood Bowl team with bits to make a Norse team, because we have a Yeti. We can do a vampire team, because we've got some werewolves. Amazons. We've got a few different star players. So we've got like a tree lady called Willow. We've got some dirty players. So she's got some knives hidden behind her back. It's really nice. It's an all-female Blood Bowl team. The conclusion on the Gearbox Saga, yes, it's all back in and it's all together. Haven't driven it for a week because I was ragging the shit out of Sam's car before it got traded in, because I filled it up last Friday and we didn't want to give it back full of fuel. So I had the pleasure of driving Sam's old car for a week.
Somebody's a little bit
So
fucking worried about petrol tank full.
Yeah, I'm fucking trading a car in for a petrol tank full when they fucking only gave us fucking 50 miles of range when we picked it up earlier today.
You could have siphoned
So yeah,
it.
there's it's the new car with anti-siphon measures. So these are really nice miniatures, and I got them for next to nothing. Go back and look at our UK Games Expo, not this year, last year haul.
Because these should have been significantly
more. These should have been significantly more than I paid.
Yeah.
Because I was just going for the normal team. Because I was like, oh, I'll have a human team because I haven't got one yet. And the human team, he picked up the wrong box and he gave me all the extra shit with it as well. So yeah, we got some ogres as well.
It was essentially theft, Toros, but
we also weirdly have the lady from Aliens.
Yeah, quite what Ripley's doing there. No idea. That's very random.
But she's here and she's an ogre in Blood Bowl, wearing a big old mech suit. So that's quite cool.
Ewok, say
I've not done that yet, though. I've been a good boy. We're now in August, and I still haven't bought anything.
Ah, dear.
So we're getting these built. It's been a fucking hot minute, boys and girls, since I played some Billion Suns. So we're assembling these that we bought at Heraldwood. Fucking hell. 2 and a bit years ago.
I've got some of those that I need to get built. Some Billion Suns, haven't I? That's squirrel.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because it's something we haven't got to the table really yet. So I was doing that.
You've played with other people,
and I think I have played with Wayne and stuff. Yeah. I think because I've got duplicates, so I've got 2 big boys, and then I've got 4 of these little boys, and I've got some different weapon options. So these weapon options are for the big resin, so I'm going to put 2 different weapon options, 1 on each ship. I'm going to probably leave the 2 big boys as they are. I'm going to leave 2 of the little boys as they are. And then the last 2, I'm going to bastardize and modify and see if I can cut this winglet off and make it look more just like a civilian ship. So it's not a frigate for Billion Suns. So I'm going to do a bit of conversion work with some razor saws, some diamond burrs, and some files, I think.
Jeez, he's just saying, because you're describing those obviously not large spaceships as big boys, he says it's giving us all a reference of what you consider big.
He's what, 20 to 28, so he's 8 centimetres. He's 3 and a bit inches.
So when you say big,
I've just realised what I've just done there, but we're going to gloss over that.
Big. So you heard it here first, guys. Big is under 4 inches.
I do believe they are brigade, though, Taurus.
Oh, fucking hell.
I do believe these are the European Alliance ones.
Do you know what, mate? I cannot remember where we got them from. I think mine are still in the original blister packs. If I can find them, I'll let the guys know. They could be brigade. Where did we get them?
I'm going to go rummage. Heraldwood. It was definitely Heraldwood.
Oh, that's right. Definitely it was Peterborough. Yeah, it was. And the guy, he did a ton of... I think he did 6mm terrain pieces and that as well. Because he had all sorts of resin, cast resin stuff, wasn't it?
These are not European. Are these British? Yes, these are the British. These are the British. So we have a...
Have you found them?
Yes, I have found them.
Are you going to send me a link and I can share them with everybody?
I will in a second. I want to find just the pack that I have.
Oh, okay. Would you want me to do my hobby while you're doing that?
Do your hobby, yeah. Do your hobby.
So, Let's turn him off. So
I've got a feeling I need to order some more because he's got a Queen Elizabeth II class fleet carrier that looks gorgeous.
right, so I'm doing my Japanese MDF from TT Combat because I'm sure we covered this last week. I was doing this last week. I lose track of fucking time. But correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I'm fairly sure I was assembling this last week. And I'm still on assemble all of the MDF from TT Combat. So we're on to the Yagura Tower. We've got the base built. I think I've got a picture here of where we're heading. So if I can put that there, this is where we're going with this one. So we've got I think it's probably a 3-4 story tower, and then the archery but add-on pieces. So this is what I'm going to be working on tonight, but I've already got the old.
I'm just going to dive out the room a second.
Okay, mate. I've already got some of the Old Town. I think it's 3 pieces in the Old Town kit. So this is one of the ones I've already got assembled. Now, I tell you what has surprised me is the amount of variety or variance in the diffs from TT Combat. It may be because they're done over like a long time scale. So I think TT Combat have got some very old kits and some much more modern ones. But these, for example, are really substantial kits. So the walls are quite heavy gauge MDF. Everything is detailed in multiple layers of glued on. So like all these vertical spines are glued on. We've got working windows. So these will actually slide.
You've got working windows on your fucking...
Yeah, so these all
Dude, that's insane.
These are mounted in slides, and they've all got like internal frames built into the double thickness walls. The doors obviously work as well. Here we've got working front door. We've got some interior detailing look. So if I take this floor off, you've got the staircase inside and interior walls. This is certainly a lot more sophisticated than some of the TT Combat stuff that I've seen. Some of it's really basic single skin stuff. So I don't know if it's just look of the draw who gets to design the range, but the designer of this Japanese stuff is absolutely killing it. I mean, if you compare these buildings to the Carnivale ones, no contest. There's about double the weight in them.
I like the fact that they're double thickness though. There's a nice heft to a double thickness TT building.
All of this extra framework here is all glued on. So there's tons. Don't get me wrong. I mean, in the time it's taken me to do just 1 3-building kit from this Old Town range, I did an entire table of ships and docks and baseboards for Carnivale. You know, these assemblies are quite fiddly in places, and
They're
there's a lot of separate
intense.
pieces. But do you know what I mean? It swings and roundabouts. The actual buildings themselves are fucking amazing. The other thing that is scaring me a little is I think the painting's going to be a bit of a beast, because again, with interior detailing, lots of different varieties of wall texture, because we're going to have like rice screens and solid plaster and wooden planking. I think these could actually be a fucking nightmare to get colour onto. But in terms of the £100 deal I got for the table. I'm so happy. Absolute killer bargain. And as I say, tonight we are carrying on with the centerpiece Yagura Tower. Right.
I've sent you the link on Discord, mate.
Okay, let's go back to the main shot. I'll get rid of that so that everybody's seen it. So yeah. Out of interest, does anybody in the chat have the tissue? Why would you have tissue next to your computer? I have it because basically I need it for cleaning shit up, like spilt glue and paint and...
Just be careful about the cleaning shit up that you've stated.
Oh dear. There's no... Yeah, I know where they're going. Oh, it is Brigade. Look at this. Copy.
So this is the Royal Navy Strike Fleet. But if you click on the Strike Fleet, it only shows you one model, not all of the models in the set, which is really annoying. 24 quid for the pack. You get
content display, gablub, gablob.
You get two Colossus battleships at £7.50 each. You get 4 Shark class stealth destroyers and 2 Swift Shore Strike cruisers.
So this is, what is it? Royal Navy Fleet Pack?
It's the Royal Navy Strike Fleet.
Oh, okay.
But it only shows one model, annoyingly. So that's what I'm saying. It's the Colossus and the stealth destroyers and other stuff.
Okay.
Because it only shows the one miniature. So it's Colossus battleship, Shark class stealth destroyers, and Swift Shore Strike cruisers.
Strike Fleet Pack, this one, but it's got just one shitty picture. Yeah, this is not the best website in the world, is it?
It's not the best website in the world, but fuck me, am I looking at some of this stuff going, oh, it's pretty.
Which ones did I get? Do you remember?
I think you got the Japs, to be brutally honest. I think you got the Japanese stuff.
This one.
Or it might have been the Indochina stuff, the Indonesian stuff. I can't quite remember.
It was definitely not the Chinese ones. They were like wedge, really sharp wedge shape, angular look.
Not the Chinese.
These European fed. It was these things, I think. They look a bit classic.
Oh yeah, it was.
They look a bit classic Star Destroyer. Yeah, I'm 99% sure this is what
they are really nice, though. They are really nice, and they're not a bad price.
Oh, that's not bad. Decent sized image, but yeah, I'll have to get some.
I mean, I'm looking at these and going, oh, I could buy myself some merchants and fighters because they got some individual stuff as well. Rather than bothering to do conversion work on metals, because fucking effort. But then the other thing I'm sat here looking at is the British. I could do with some Kestrel interceptors, which are like the little tiny baby fighters and bombers for the fighter wings.
I mean, to be fair,
Toros has an Indonesian fleet he's never played. Ewok blew 600 quid on Brigade spaceships earlier this year.
Ewok.
The American fleets are a pain in the ass to build.
Why 600 quid? Whatever did you think you were going to do with all those resin spaceships, man? Did you have a plan? Did you have some mad idea? That seems an insane amount, particularly as they're not expensive. I mean, obviously we got them for Billion Suns, but there's I would love to get into a space game. I've never really played a proper space game. It was literally just out of control spending, Ewok. Well, you're honest. I'll give you that.
This is the man that bought 5 Kings of War army.
Yeah.
Ewok, you could have bought a whole woman for that price. I tell you what though.
Battlefield Gothic. I see. This is why I hanker for a good space game. There's one that Ash Barker's really into. We'll have to check that out. I missed out.
Well,
on Gothic.
we tried Drop Fleet, didn't we? And it's just a bit meh.
Yeah, didn't like Drop Fleet. Didn't get it. But yeah, I missed out on Gothic. So Void Admiral, that's it. That's the one that Guerrilla Miniature Games
Yes!
is doing, Matthew. Yes.
I have seen Void Admiral, and I have seen that the price on the internet is cheap, but I'm banned from buying new games. So therefore, unfortunately, boys and girls, I cannot comment or confirm nor deny.
Ooh, Ewok. I've just painted a box full of larger scale fighters for Void Fighters, which is coming out this month. Is that a new game that's coming out, a set of rule set that's coming out this month, Ewok?
You've got Matthew recommending Full Thrust, which sounds like a sexual innuendo. I'm not going to lie.
Matthew, that's not a great rule set to go recommended round here. That is going to be hashtagged and fucking before you can blink, son.
Full Thrust for complexity definitely sounds legit.
Oh dear. Do you know what? That's another game I need to look at more. Space Weirdos. I'm sick of Uncle Atom saying it's my favourite game. And I don't know how it works or what the rules are or anything.
I still like Full Thrust, which is a free download now. Does a new game technically count if it's free?
We already
and you already have miniatures for it.
No, if it's free. If it's free. Right. So, shall we tell everybody what we did at club then?
We probably should, because it's 24 minutes past the hour. No, it's still a new game. Cheat me, fuck you.
There isn't. Don't panic, Ewok. I haven't forgotten about painting competition or your submission. For some random reason, we've decided to do a 2-month painting competition at a club. So, the painting competition will be extended to the end of August, basically, beginning of September. I put in so we didn't have any photographs at club or whatever. I don't really know. I don't know if we had an idea for 1 month that we cancelled, so we stretched one for 2 to fit the calendar. Or
no, I think it was stated because it was meant to be a big model, a big centerpiece. V wanted to give extra time.
Oh right, and they weren't expecting a tosspot like me to just put a massive piece of terrain in.
No.
Right, let's get this out of my face because it's getting on my bleeding nerves. I'll just get rid of my phone. So yes, there won't be any painting competition this week, but the same topic carries on till next month. It's still centerpiece stroke. What was it? Centerpiece stroke
Display,
was it? Something like that. But I've got a fantastic entry for Ewok. I'm going to try and get 2 done. I've already finished my ziggurat pyramid for Frostgrave. And I've got an idea of what I'm going to do as well.
To be fair, if I can get mine done to a reasonable level, I'll be entering that. But we'll have to see.
So, Void Admiral is Ewok says Void Admiral is his game for. I'm assuming he means is my game for larger scale.
Ewok's winning at life, apart from the hypertension and the blood cancer.
Fuck me. Toros, all the Full Thrust supplements are free as well. There might be a Ring World one. Okay, we'll have to look at this. We'll have to look at this, mate. Spaceship game. Right. So yes, at club board game night, let's get rid of this now that we don't need to illuminate quite so high up. We played a 6-man game of a Game of Thrones card game. Not the second edition living card game, but the original first edition Fantasy Flight collectible card game, which I own a shit ton of stuff for. And we played a massive multiplayer, 6 players extravaganza, which took basically all night, didn't it? 4 hours. Now, admittedly,
Yeah.
basically everybody except me was a brand new player and has never played it before. But
So I've played a game before, 2 games.
But it was great fun. It really was. For people who've played Magic the Gathering, Commander, and think there's politics involved in that, you're not nothing.
Well, again, it's the best. It's like Jamie, lad I work with, comes to club, and we had a pact, and he hit me in the face first, and then he turned around and went, "Please don't hit me with all your military assets." So I didn't. I instead power stabbed him in the back because fuck you, Jamie. We love a little bit of shenaniganry while we're playing that game, but fucking hell was it good. It was really good. And again, like the plays that we had, like everyone was bitching and moaning at me for locking down the game early turns. Then fucking Trevor plays the thing that just opens it up in the last turn of the game, so it's a mad power dash.
Yeah, I tell you what else as well. If obviously, I think both of the versions of the card game are dead now, the living one and the original collectible one. If you are into your card games and you ever get a chance to buy the old cards cheap, if you see them like in eBay on a job lot or somebody getting rid of a collection or something, that give it a spin, because we were just playing with my beginner decks, which I designed to be as simple as possible without any real wonky power combos, perfect for basically training new players with. So I had sort of very much curated the game, but it was so thematic. I mean, I played Lannister and I had literally just worthless scrubs on the table, and I was just basically only getting anywhere by just being a devious shenanigans bastard. Like
I had Greyjoy and just had all of the armies of pirates.
Yeah, armies of pirates and warships. So it was bang on theme. Upworlder played Targaryen, so he got all of his dragons and Daenerys out. It was like bang on theme there. It was
Starks were not really doing a lot. There's a wild surprise.
Yeah, the Starks were just trying to play fair while everybody was cheating the fuck out of the game. But it was really thematic and it was really good fun. And as I say, the fact that it went on all night, and I don't think anybody at all minded. I don't think any of us were bored or fed up by the end, were we?
My only issue with it is the phases and the backwards and forwards, particularly in a bigger player game. There is a lot of downtime between your turns, but Magic is not too dissimilar anyway. Do you know what I mean? Magic, we can have 15-20 minutes of downtime between your round and then the next time round.
Yeah.
So at least it does make up for that by going around the table multiple times per turn, because it'll be like initiative, sort all that out in the plot phase, then you do your marshalling, then you do your challenges. So at least it's going around the table repeatedly for each turn.
Yeah, and with when you're playing the multiplayer rules where you can go into everybody's challenges, like you say, it involves the whole table, because the whole table gets to decide how the power flows, and who succeeds or doesn't at the Game of Thrones. Because to be fair, that's the one thing I will say about the game. It plays very differently head to head. It's really exactly the same as Commander versus Standard Magic, because when you play head to head, you literally just smash it. All of your resources have got one job, which is to take down your opponent, who can only, and it can be a lot swingier. Games can be very short and a bit unfun, particularly if the decks aren't very well matched. But once you get into that 3 or 4 players and everybody's like, oh, he's getting a bit cheeky there, we're all gonna have to gang up on him. It works a lot better.
But everybody was sat worrying about the Greyjoy pirates and put down the rebellion, but then it turns out the Targaryens and the Lannisters are just as equally a bunch of cunts.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, yeah, I did. So to give everybody the end state, it was Trevor and I drew for top place. We both had. So to win at the Game of Thrones, you have to have 15 power in play, I think, and we both had 11, I think, from memory.
Yeah.
And so we ended it because we'd obviously timed out. But it was a very, to be honest, Trevor had me, except David said, "Oh, did anybody get the I've killed one of my Lord characters. Did everybody get their power bonus for that?" And I was like, "No, I didn't." So it was good fun, really good fun. So, shall we share a little bit of noir news? Let's share a bit of noir.
We can do.
Oh, in fact, where am I?
It's the part of the show that we have come to know as the latest salty blizzard of nerdy sorrow. More news than you can shake the salt at. More news than you can shake the salt at.
Right, guys. First piece of news: the Great Wargaming Survey is live. So, everybody go and fill that in if you have not done already. Just shout out anybody already there and done that. Just let me know in the chat. If you just search in Google for Great Wargaming Survey 2025, it'll take you to the front page, and then there's a link that says "Take the survey." And you just click through to it. Always great to allow. I think this sponsored by War Games Illustrated or an organisation affiliated with War
I don't
Games
know, you
Illustrated.
get some rewards this year. You get some STLs and enter into a raffle and other stuff.
Do you?
So, yeah, you do.
I don't be greedy, guys. Do it for the glory. Don't do it for the rewards. Just do it because you should. Allow these people to gain some insight into our hobby and the industry in general, which is a great thing to do. So yeah, that's the first piece of news. So job this week, put it all in your diaries, put it on your homework list. You have to go and fill in the Great Wargaming Survey 2025. Just a couple of videos I wanted to pull up. This is Dom from Boots on the Table with Dom, part of the Plastic Crack podcast team. Great guy, great channel. Plastic Crack podcast is also awesome, which you should go and watch that if you've got some time to kill, want something to play behind your hobby. I recommend it. Yeah, Cheeseme's like 3D print. It's like pantomime villain time. So, I think Dom, from what I can gather from this video, only a few months ago got into 3D printing, resin 3D printing. Now, what wasn't clear from this video is whether he's already been in as FDM or just gone in straight into resin printing. But basically what he does is he sets out, I think he's already done a video about how all of the things that you ought to know before you get into it. So he's balancing the scales by doing 6 reasons why you should get a 3D printer or you should get into it. The Itaros says the name at the top tells you who's running it. My Mini Factory Summer Sailors on. So yes, basically it's a great video. He sort of like outlined some of the reasons why 3D printing is good, and as somebody who resisted and probably still would be resisting if my wife if my wife wasn't if my wife hadn't bought me a 3D printer for Christmas, I would probably still not got into it. I can honestly say my experience with 3D printing, FDM this is, caveat this, FDM printing, it is pretty much damn near plug and play. I've had a couple of fails that were sort of my fault because I was trying to pack too much on a print bed, or
you were being greedy,
didn't plan that I was going to run out of filament mid-print and that I would need to be around to pause it and load the new spool. But apart from those gaffes, mate, cheese me, my missus bought me a 3D printer for Christmas, and that was just one of the things that she bought me for Christmas. My wife...
Wasn't it also this year that you got the farm sim rig as well?
Correct. I also got a steering wheel, control console. I think I bought the rack to mount everything on it myself. But I mean, my wife is the most ridiculously generous person you will ever meet. She is a gem.
She wants you to spend all the time in your room.
No! Oh dear. That's a really well spotted, Cheesy. But yeah, basically, it's like, it can be cheaper than buying a shit ton of miniatures. You get to print stuff from all around the world without worrying about shipping. You can print odd little one-offs, or you can print the same miniature 500 times, and it doesn't really matter. You can print exactly what you need without buying boxes and blisters and then having this spare and that short and need to convert this. It really makes a good case, to be fair. As I say, I'm very much enjoying FDM, but I'm telling you, after my experience with FDM printing, resin is not off the table. I think.
Well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why he's having such a good experience, because that would be a Saturn IV Ultra in the background. Or a Mars.
We'll nod sagely
5
like
Ultra.
we know what that means.
With its tilt release bed, which is good until it fucks up like it has done with your birthday present that I'm currently 3D printing, and I've got to hit reprint tonight. Because supports. Because fuck it.
So, what else we got?
Excuse me, your pile of opportunity is just liquid. It doesn't count while it's in liquid form. Honest.
Obviously, everybody's seen my pile of opportunity. We won't go round the room again. I had another sort out at the weekend and stacked everything. I don't know what I'm going to do now, because I am literally at the ceiling. Things are getting desperate. I will have to go across the window, I think. And then it will just be dark forever in here.
no daylight, like a little fucking hermit in his room.
My precious.
We're slowly watching Paul's descent into Gollumization here.
I will become Gollum. Right, mate, so tell everybody about this Iron Sworn bloody solo roleplay thing.
So, I currently, this week, on my drive in and out of work, have been listening to the Bad Spot podcast. The Bad Spot podcast is a transition of the Bad Spot YouTube channel. where a guy is solo playing Ironsworn Starforged. Ironsworn Starforged is a solo or co-op or GM-less RPG set in outer space, with a load of what are referred to as oracles to roll for generating the theme and the environment and what's happening around you.
I'm going to turn Dave
Sorry,
down.
I'll turn down and quiet down a bit. The original Ironsworn game is free to download, free to play. It is a sort of low fantasy Viking theme and aesthetic. And then the artwork for Starforged is just fucking beautiful. So I think I'm on like episode 10 or 11 now of the Bad Spot Season 1 podcast. He's a fucking stellar storyteller, and it's really worth a listen, particularly if you're into like your sci-fi or your 5 parsecs and stuff like that in the background. There's a lot of stuff in it that you could lift and use for world building in 5 parsecs, because that is something I have looked through the rules of 5 parsecs and thought that the world building and the planet building is a little flat and it lacks opportunity. So again, this is another reason that I'm sort of looking at it as well, to blend into my 5 parsecs that I'm planning on doing at some point later this year. I'm sorry I'm so loud. I'll turn myself down.
I've turned him.
It's fine.
So give us, obviously I've turned him down a few steps.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Give us an update, guys, on his overall volume. Just let me know how that is. Okay, so do you know what? That's it. I hadn't made the connection in my own head. So basically, one of the reasons that you've got interested in this
is lifting environments and settings.
Oh,
for
yeah,
like
that's true.
Teasley
says you're getting a ton of echo as well. You'll have to play. I wonder if I could play with some filters for you and get rid of that. We'll have to I'll maybe have a play around with your audio, see if I can clean it up after stream tonight. So, Darktide, that's what, the PC game? Not me, Crispin, I'm afraid. So yeah, I hadn't twigged. So basically, you're saying that one of your reasons you're interested is that you might be able to enhance your 5 parsecs or weave the two together.
Yes.
So what's, because again, this is quite interesting to me. The bloody this solo business, because I whenever I'm alone and without an opportunity to socialize, I would always still reach for digital gaming. I think I have enjoyed doing some solo board gaming, but for me, there's still digital gaming is still enough. Do you know what I mean? But you're really getting, the bug's really getting you with this sort of like solo wargaming, board gaming thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is at the moment, it's a bit of a pain in the arse for me to go get the computer on.
What?
Because at the moment, I have a new computer, but it's located up in my study, and because it's my hobby desk, I have to put everything away to get the keyboard and mouse out to play a game, and then vice versa. I have to pack all that away to get ready for my hobby setup, etc. I need to sort out like a little pull-out tray or something under the desk for the keyboard and the mouse to live on, and that will get better. But the other thing as well is when I'm 3D printing a lot, I don't want to be up here in a room that's 40-odd degrees because I've got both 3D printers running. Oh, and by the way, it's full of fucking fumes because I'm resin 3D printing.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that is part of the reason why I'm looking more into what can I do downstairs in my kitchen or in my lounge instead.
Okay. Crispin's just got it. Melter's talking. Mister's talking about full thrusting into rings. Fucking hell. So what's
It's
this?
the little things in life, Crispin, isn't
What's
it?
this SOVL Crispin's on about? SOVL. Oh, SOVL Fantasy Warfare. A rule set for playing fantasy games on Steam. What the fuck? Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
Let's look at this together. Is this video going to be okay, what the Oh fuck. So basically, hang on, what the fuck is this? So is this... Can this be used like a bloody tabletop battle client? Or do you have to use the rules that are built into it? A rule set for playing... Good shout, Crispin. I'll tell you what. Play... It doesn't even look like...
If it's free, it's worth giving it a punt.
It doesn't even have a download option, so... Maybe you've got to be... I will have a look at that later. That is a good shout, Crispin. Well done. SOVL.
Good man.
Fantasy Warfare. Have you used it, mate? Well, that's exactly what I was thinking, Cheese Me. This looks like... Is it Ultimate Battler? Infinite Battler? Something... I can't remember what it's called, but the thing that the client that Jerry uses. Do you know what? It's worth having a look at. Obviously, if you're locked into the rule set that comes with the client, then that's less useful. But if you can use it as almost like a tabletop, what's a bit like
Taros, computer games do not count.
What's that? Taros spam said for it. Oh dear. No. Come on, guys.
Oh, I tell you what, I am excited about that I found out this week. Farming Sim 2025 is coming to Xbox Games Pass. I may have already downloaded it and installed it on the new computer because
I tell you what,
life, we might as well play some.
I was thinking, mate, are we gonna do a farm sim session? Are we gonna do a farm sim 25 map? Is that a thing that we're gonna be doing?
I think it is.
Well, can I just let me...
In Farming Sim, do you get to ban sheep? Unfortunately not, Crispin, because it's not that realistic.
Yes, that's a different sort of simulator. Not the one we're thinking of.
You've got to be age verified for that now anyway.
What the fuck was that map called? It was called...
Is it an Oxygen David one?
That one. No, it was
Derbyshire DLC. You lot need to be age verified, we don't. Oh, la-di-da, Mr. European. Do you get to wank the livestock? Jesus fucking H Christ.
Okay. Let's... Yeah. So if we're going to do this, can I suggest this map?
Farmer Clean, Saxlingham. Where is this?
Norfolk.
Ooh, okay.
It's actually based on a real place in Norfolk. So
fucking hell.
If I can,
I love the fact that we've completely fucking derailed stream into now talking about farm sim. We're sorry, boys and girls. You will have to endure this. Fuck you.
So yeah, if we're gonna do a farm sim multiplayer game, if you're catching this on the rewatch, Shakos, and want to get in on the FS25 Saxlingham
Shenanigans.
then obviously hit us up.
Farm sim stream. Oh, that. You know what though? That's a shout. I mean, that is possibly a shout after.
I'll be honest, mate. We should do some hardware tests on your PC, because yours is a bit better spec. Well, we should probably test them both to see if we could actually stream that. Ewok's obviously been to Norfolk as well. Yeah. So yeah, good stuff. And that takes us, we're nearly to 9 o'clock. So yeah, not much news to talk about tonight, guys, but we've managed to fill the time. So that's all good, isn't it?
We ploughed the conversation into a new furrow.
We plough the fields and scatter.
Oh, boys and girls, spam, enter chat and complain how irate you were last night.
What?
Not last night, the night before. We live in rural Lincolnshire, don't we?
Yes.
I'll let spam just type out her tirade and then we can read it after.
What are you on about?
Bear with. It'll come through. It'll come through eventually.
No news. I would never have guessed. Well, there's nothing going on, Toros.
Actually, there is one thing to say, isn't there? On this news front, we have both turned the fuck off to Mantic's Assassin's Creed stuff because they have released a video teasing the new Kickstarter that's coming at some point in August. Well, Mantic, you've only got a couple more weeks, so pull your fingers out. But we're both not excited for the new Assassin's Creed game, are we? Before everybody jumps down my throat and roasts me, I know I've already got one. But the main reason being, we don't feel that it's actually going to add much, do we?
Do you know what? I'll go even further. I mean, I know we're going to be talking about hobby regrets in a bit with our main topic, but I'm going to say this. I am at a really good place with my tabletop hobby at the moment, guys. I am every gaming experience I have recently, I have enjoyed so fucking much. I am enjoying the projects I'm doing, my painting, my Frostgrave. I scratch built. I don't know if I've got it. Yeah, let me show everybody. Obviously, we're doing this.
Show and tell now, boys and girls. We're
doing this Frostgrave project. This is a fucking weird monstrosity. We're doing this Frostgrave project where we're doing all of the. Let me see if I can set up desk cam. We're doing all of the missions in the Wildwoods supplement, and I was saying to my wife, "Oh, I need the next mission. The centerpiece is a massive bird's nest." And I was thinking, oh, should I print something or, refresh.
Oh, right. Shit. Lean out shot, there we go.
Right, let me just do this. So I was saying to my wife, oh, what should I do about this massive bird's nest? Should I print something or what? And basically she just said, no, why don't we just go and get a load of fucking sticks out the garden and we can just make something. So basically I fucking just got my hot glue gun and a load of fucking twisted willow that we got growing in the garden. Built a scrappy little frame, and then added coloured mosses and lichen and fucking cotton wool just to make like the nest bed. And I think it looks fucking cracking. I mean, the glue strands are a little bit shit, and I'll need to go through and clean them up. But I don't think I'm even going to paint this bugger. I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. But I'm really chuffed with it, and I think this is also indicative of just where I am with my hobby, which is just like everything I'm doing at the moment is just such fun, and I'm loving every minute of it. And it's a great place to be. An absolute.
You are loving your wildwood stuff at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm loving my Frostgrave. We're doing the bolt action stuff. I'm loving that. Obviously, you and I are trying to play games that we haven't given enough attention to, and I'm loving doing that.
From farms into Women's Institute Craft Corner. I know my hobby regret is this week. Is that watching us to chance, Toros? Excuse me, you stole a fucking bird's nest.
Oh dear. What? I have a bit of a. By the way, Dark Star Biorisky Space Fleet Lovers. The advert for Assassin's Creed didn't make it appear at all. It looked like a board game that you could solo. I mean, I'm interested in Mantic's what is it called? Animus. Assassin's Creed Animus. I'm interested because I like the way that they design rule sets and that. I'm not going to be buying it though. Night Cheese me. I'm not going to be buying into it. Just because we've already got Brotherhood of Venice. I'm interested to see that somebody said, well, I don't know if it was Cheese Me or Toros, that they didn't like the look of it. I don't necessarily. I think this business about, well, you can be Ezio from Renaissance Italy and bloody
Kenway and what's his face from fucking, and the other one from Victorian Britain.
Yeah,
from Syndicate.
And the guy from ancient Greece, and you can just all be together playing in the same. I mean, that to me is just like board gaming. It's basically just fucking Undaunted at this point, isn't it? Sherlock Holmes versus a T-Rex. Which is
T-Rex. What's a T-Rex?
Which is fine if what you're doing is just a, like you say, a disposable board game experience, but there's no narrative. There's no narrative things in that. After buying a house, Cheesy can only afford hula hoops now. You're all weird, you lot. You're all weird. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Shall we get on to where are we going here? Shall we get on to the main topic o'clock, mate? As it's now 9:09.
It's bang on the hour.
I need to. I've got distracted showing everybody my bird's nest. And I need to. I need to get some MDF because this fucking stuff won't build itself, will it? Right. Okay. So yes, do we have any hobby regrets? Well, how do we start this?
You being a fucking dealer. Just saying.
David and I had a brief chat about this before, just in preparation for tonight's stream, and we've got 2 or 3 ideas each, haven't we, really, mate?
Yeah, we have, mate.
I think I'm gonna start the ball rolling and say, and I'm interested to see what other people have in have to say in the chat about this sort of thing. One of my biggest hobby regrets, and the one thing that I would probably not repeat if, as per the on-tabletop premise, I could rewind time and relive my hobby life again, is I would not buy too much product for one particular thing. And so for example, and to give some examples, collectible card games. There was a period of my hobby when I was in my mid-20s or late 20s right through to my late 30s, really, I guess, when pretty much the only thing that I did was collectible card games. And I spent an absolute eye-watering, insane amount of money chasing rares, building competitive decks for game after game after game after game. And although I enjoyed it at the time, collectible card games represent a definite hobby product where the shelf life is very stark. I consider myself so lucky that I had a group of friends that were willing to indulge me in bringing what is a completely dead and buried collectible card game to the table at my gaming club. Because the brutal truth of it is, when these games die, when they are no longer in the public consciousness, nobody wants to play them. Unless it's Magic the Gathering, you can't sell the cards. They don't have any monetary value. Even massive collections you can sell for pence. I mean, there are a couple of exceptions. Middle-earth collectible card game, the rarest stuff, Lidless Eye, and that is still worth some money. But even then, it's not a king's ransom. You know, stuff like UFS, Spellfire, fucking, what else have I got? Warcry, the first 40k CCG. None of this stuff is worth anything now. It's literally just binder fodder. You can't even light fires with that vinylized paper. It just won't burn even. It's not even good for that. And one of the mistakes, and the only thing in miniature wargaming where I would include it under the same umbrella was 40k. Because obviously I entered the whole, well, is it true? We'll probably discuss that another time. My first miniature war game was Rogue Trader, Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. And I played, obviously, first edition, second edition, third edition, some of. I then sort of dropped out 4th, 5th and 6th. Came back in end of 6th, beginning of 7th. But I have got too much 40k. I've got too many Marines. I've got Dark Eldar, Orcs, Imperial Guard, Squats, Necrons, Tyranids. I've got too much.
Is your Dark Elder army actually any good?
No, it's just basically.
I've never seen you play with it.
No, you wouldn't see me play with it because basically it's not painted. It's 80% assembled. And it is.
Don't you have an Eldar army somewhere indoors as well?
Yeah, I've got Eldar as well. I've just got too fucking much, and none of it's painted. Barely any of it's assembled. That is very true, Toros. That the 40k stuff is one of the few things that I probably could get rid of and make some money back. No, do you know what? I'm already ahead of you, Crispin. with all of my toys and games that I had when I was a child, I gave them to my stepkids. Obviously, my stepsons got to enjoy my Action Man and all of that shit, so it got multiple generations of use. And I'll be honest, the only thing I've ever put in the bin was when, like, I did collectible card games and you end up with commons, and you literally, when you get to the stage you've got 150 of every single common in a set, you're like, okay, we're gonna let these go. Because I literally can't give these away. But no, I've never.
These can exit stage right.
I've never thrown miniatures away. I never would. I would always give them to somebody. I would even give them to my fucking grandsons to play with as action figures. I would never throw anything in the bin like that. I'm not a complete heathen like Justin. But yeah, that's my first. If I had my time again, because to be fair, I consider myself pretty blessed. I really struggled with this. I don't think there are a huge amount of things I regret about my hobby journey. Honestly, I consider myself to have been pretty lucky that I'm happy with most of the decisions I've made. But while I'm happy that I did play all of the games that I played, I'm not happy that I was over invested in all of these things. I wish I'd realized earlier that actually to sync my temperament suits the hobby butterfly. I want to be just invested enough that I can taste the experience of something before moving on to something else to taste the experience of. I'm my temperament. I'm not somebody who gets the reward out of obsessive deep diving and completionism. Do you know what I mean? Generally, it isn't where my real satisfaction is. So that's my first one. What about you, mate?
So my first one is a similar one to you in fucking, I seem to have eyes bigger than my belly for hobby, and I have a lot of half-finished army projects, particularly from GW games, unfortunately. So I have half a Tau army, half Salamander's army, half a Iron Jaws army, like built and painted, but none of them are actually, how do we put this, fucking finished.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit disheartened by that. But then there's the flip side of that, of more of the skirmish style games. I'm getting there, and particularly this past 12 to 18 months, I feel I've done a shit ton better than I have done in other years to actually get stuff done.
Yeah.
And play the games and get the shit that I want to the table to enjoy. And yes, I kind of bit off slightly more than I could chew with the Dwarven Army project. Hence why it's been parked for about 3 months and I've not really done anything. I will come back to it.
Because to be fair, you do quite well. I think you do quite well with smaller projects, don't you? I mean,
yes.
You've certainly got warband projects that you've finished, and they're like literally table ready, out the door, done, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you've got Blood Bowl teams, Moonstone.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else you can think of?
Frostgrave in various states. What else have we got on this list?
So you've got a Frostgrave warband that's finished, painted, done.
Not fully finished and painted.
Oh, okay.
But we have like enough. Do you know what I mean? We have like.
Oh, I see what you mean. You've got enough tape, right? You've got enough models that you can take.
Done for
Yeah. Okay, got you.
Gasland's got a couple of cars done for Gaslands.
Yeah. Okay.
And then moving into like my board game stuff, my Ragnarok, and got probably about a third of that painted at the moment. But when you consider the size of that board game, that's not bad.
No. So what you're basically then, you would hold your push yourself to complete big projects?
I would just avoid bigger projects.
Okay.
I just would stay the fuck away from them. Because the other thing is they sit there, they hang over my head, I don't get shit done with them, and I feel bad about it because, again, it's that sunk cost of, well, I've spent X hundreds of pounds on it. Oh, Flames is the other thing that I've got like 99% of them.
Oh, okay.
Which is about the biggest army that I've got fully done. But again, it's 15mm, so it feels like fucking cheating.
Mate, scale is not a thing. You know, don't just take.
Well, 3.5 inches is big, apparently.
Take the. Oh dear.
I got there before everybody else stabs me.
I mean, Ewok says his impulse control is absolutely shocking, mate. We're all like that, and I think there's part of being in the hobby. We've all got that character trait, that obsessionist, completionist. You know, I still see things and think, oh, I could get that. And I have to pull myself back from the brink. Toros says he wishes he'd been more selective in what he collected. So even almost the opposite to me, Toros. You wish you'd invested more money in fewer product lines, fewer game systems. Is that what you mean? Sort of like an almost an antithesis of my position, where I regretted over things. Oh, that's cool.
I can't find the bit that I was looking for, so I'm going to just retcon back through stream and try and find what I had.
What's that?
I've lost the bit of my seesaw that I need for building, and I don't know where I put it, so I'm just trying to find where it was, and I'm just going back through stream to find it.
That is fucking genius. So essentially, you're using stream as like your CCTV to see where.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's now my CCTV appeal.
So, I mean, I'll be honest. I do feel, obviously these are very personal to each of us. I'm much more content with this regard because I have got a massive orc collection for fantasy. My Necron collection for 40k must be 3,000 points plus fully painted. I can field 1,000 points of pretty much all of the factions, Marines painted. Certainly Tyranids. So I'm but I think I definitely, when I think about my successes with my big projects, I did break them down, mate. Do you know what I mean? So like I aimed for 500 points, and when I got there, then I went to 1,000, and then when I got
to be fair, that is what I have done with the Dwarven army.
Yeah.
Like I've got to something that's a playable force for Hobgoblin in bits and pieces. Yeah. But I haven't got everything finished. You know what I mean? There's still half of it sat here, half of it's downstairs in the box, kind of thing. So I have got that to source. I found it.
It's in. I mean, and like you say, your solution is that you would just tackle less ambitious projects.
Yes.
Just
I
keep.
know what you're saying, Ewok, with the couple of cars I remember when I did my Gaston campaign and had no overall sets of tracks, we ended up with 105 war weeks. But it's totally get what you're saying, but the thing is, because me and Paul are such hobby butterflies, I mean, how many Gaslands cars have you got, Paul?
Oh,
Like
I must
4?
have 30 or 40, but I've only got 4 painted. I've got so many cars. My wife was terrible with Gasman's cars. She would like, oh, I bought you these cars on eBay, and a fucking huge shoebox thing would turn up with all like chipped and broken cars. You know, even that, because I foolishly said to her once, well, even damaged cars are good because you can use them as wrecks. So then it was like, oh, I'll bid a quid. And I'm now buried in the damn things. Damon says he regrets how much time he wasted, and he says he avoids computer gaming as I spend so much time and have nothing to show when I've done a load more on completer. Do you know what, mate? I totally get what you mean, and obviously when I rediscovered Tabletop Hobby, that's what made me put my Xbox on the shelf or in a box and get rid of it. But I don't regret my digital wargaming period because I think my digital wargaming period was essential for the other shit that was going
Being
on
where
in my
you are
life.
now.
There is no way that I could have had 5 children, you know, under the age of 18 at home, full-time job, wife working, and done the indulgence that I now sit in. Because it was just this would have required more time than I could have given it. To be able to just grab a couple of hours on the Xbox as and when was like soul saving. Lloyd Lloyd does not regret not building Rome. That I know is a fucking lie, Ewok.
Now, this is fucking cute.
What
I've just built a little seesaw for my Fallout table, and a little roundabout for my Fallout table,
and they've come out quite well, have they?
and a set of swings.
Oh, that is
for my
cute.
Fallout
Fucking
table.
hell, that is cute. They'll be easy to paint as well.
Exactly.
Night Toros, good to have you here, mate. My next one. Should we do my next one?
Yeah, do your next one next.
My next one is. It's sort of like my first one, but more specific. Big Kickstarters. Okay? Fucking backing
having too much in the
Kickstarters
box.
in God mode. It's like this is the impulse control thing. Again, I consider myself extremely lucky. I haven't backed what I consider to be a shit ton of dead duck Kickstarters where the stuff didn't deliver, or it was shit, or the game didn't live up to my expectations, or whatever. I don't think everything that I've backed on Kickstarter, I'm glad that I did. That's everything from the terrain Kickstarters for
Assassin's
Creed, Maladum, what else? Mythic Battles Pantheon. It's a great game. It's a great product.
System.
It's a great system. Batman Gotham City Chronicles. I know that Monolith got fucking panned for the first edition rulebook, but the actual model collection and game is actually quite cool, I think. So I don't have any regrets about the Kickstarters themselves, but what I do fucking regret is getting everything all of the fucking time.
Yeah, go in God mode and get absolutely all of it.
I mean, I have got better. Like, for example, that recent the recent terrain pledges for, I can never remember. I feel bad. The guy who does the cardboard terrain. What the fucks was they?
Acid House.
Acid House. I can never remember. Acid House terrain. I looked at what was on offer. Realistically thought about, well, what do I need to give myself a good 4x4 table? And I bought that and only that. And I didn't get sucked into spending another 50 or 60 quid on shit I didn't need or want.
Yeah.
So I am getting better, and I have sort of like learned my lesson. But oh my god, the number of Kickstarters. Again, my first instinct is to think, oh well, the only way is all in, and then have to talk myself back from the brink. That is something I do regret.
I mean, similar to you, but for me, it was even more open ended. So for me, I was backing a lot of Patreons because I liked the cut of their jib. And it's daft how...
This is the STL stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. 20, 30 quid a month adds up.
Yeah.
Particularly across like 2 or 3 suppliers. And it's like, well, I've not printed anything from like the last 4 editions of their stuff. I'm only backing it to stay loyal to them, to support them, because I like the odd models here and there that I can use for like Frostgrave or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've now become way more discerning, and I'll only back it if there's something I want. So I'm like, this month, I'm looking at resubbing to the Patreon for... What's the fucking guy that makes Arsenal? Studio Forge.
Yep.
But I feel bad about subbing to that because it's not only just the mech minis that I want for the Arsenal war game for next year. And before you all start, boys and girls, no, it's not a new game. It's just the fact that I like some mechs that I can also use for Blackout, which I already own, before people jump down my throats. It's not a new game. It's a new game next year. I haven't bought it for this year. But the point being, I feel bad about doing it. Why don't I just buy the particular miniatures that I want, then end up with these fucking Star Wars miniatures that I'm going to do fuck all with ever? So why am I doing it?
Yeah.
And unlike backing an Ugni Patreon, so Ugni, for those guys that don't know, just do Blood Bowl. And they typically do Blood Bowl across like 2 months. So they'll do a team and then all the support stuff for that team. Or some extra miniatures that star players and that kind of stuff. I recently got their Gnome team by just subbing to their Patreon for 2 months. But because he only produces the Gnome stuff for that month, it's like, this is a no-brainer because it's 2 lots of 10 quid versus like 50 quid for the entire gnome set. So,
but again,
quids in, happy days.
But the principle still applies that stuff looks like and this is really it is exactly the same issue as my jumbo Kickstarter. The thing is, when you say, oh, 250 quid though, that gets me the base game and all of the playable content and the miniatures, but yes, it does. But actually, you're probably, if you just get the base game and maybe a couple of add-ons, you'll struggle to finish playing that without the fucking supplement and the extra campaign and the big boss miniature and the... Do you know what I mean? It's like...
Well, again, it's like Ragnarok.
It's a false economy, isn't it?
I picked up somebody's Kickstarter feel badge from the first time Ragnarok was out.
Yeah.
Rather than going and getting Ragnarok.
And you did the same for Dungeon Saga, didn't you?
Yes, for first edition DS.
You bought that on the secondary market.
That was on Facebook Marketplace from memory.
Yeah. Ewok says again, very much like you, he's backed our War Games Atlantic from the very start and he's printed 2 things. exactly. He did say, however, he bought the Acid House bump of Cyberpunk box in sale. Do you know what? And I mean, it's not the easiest thing in the world to make a living in the hobby sector, and it's a shame that Acid House has hung up his boots. But yeah, some of the stuff when he was selling off his stock, he had some insane deals in his clearance sale. I wish him well, and I said before on the live
I
stream,
mean,
I hope he comes
again,
back
similarly,
to the industry.
Billy and Sons, we're talking about it because I'm building ships tonight. I bought fucking 2 years ago STLs to print my own ships,
And then
but
bought
never.
the fuckers.
And then I bought the fuckers anyway.
Yeah.
I would probably add some more and print them anyway, but I had to go at printing them. They were coming out a bit shit, so I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Because again, scaling stuff, getting the consistency right with everything, getting that look and feel that it's a cobbled together fleet is a bit hard, where it's easier from multiple suppliers. But it's just like, why did I do that? And again, it's like Billy and Sons. I've had the rule book. There is a second edition coming at some point soon because he's mentioned it, and it is coming and it is happening, and I will get into it. And I think second edition will be what really kicks it off for me and getting me going. But I need to make sure that I've got some stuff built ready to go so that I can pick up the rules and just say to people, second edition, Billy and Sons, written by the same guy, Mike Hutchinson, as Gaslands. Do you want to give it a go? And 9 times out of 10 people will just say yes. Particularly if they've had that prior experience with Mike Hutchinson's games, because they are very good. With board games, you never get to the add-ons because every time you manage to get to the table, there's a new base. So you basically end up playing the basic game. I'll disagree with that, Ewok.
I was going to... Go on then, you say your bit, because I was going to chime in.
Team Dire is a game that we've played a handful of times. The add-on that came with that was like a sculpted set of miniatures rather than the cardboard standees, so that they don't really change the game up much. It's literally just a replacement for the cardboard. Absolutely wonderful, absolutely beautiful. All of the expansions and bolt-ons and bullshit forever, Dell.
You did exactly.
Because it doesn't overly complicate the game. Doesn't matter if there's a newbie, because it's literally just a bolt-on mechanic. And you can play the game without addressing the bolt-on mechanic with most of the Everdell expansions.
I am just going to say, though, I think out of the Everdell expansions, only half of them are any good.
Yeah, and that's the problem. They don't add enough uniqueness to feel worth the value.
Yeah, and that is another reason, if there's a reason anybody should ever want to just cool their heels and wait. If you're in the market for a board game or you're on a Kickstarter, I agree with Ewok's sentiment that just go base game, because go base game. Number one, if the game is any fucking good, they'll be back to Kickstarter with some add-ons or second edition later, and I guarantee you'll be able to get the fucking supplements or what have you. And do you know what? If they don't come back to Kickstarter for another bite of the cherry, it meant the game probably wasn't that good anyway. And lo and behold, you just saved yourself some money by buying supplements or add-ons for a game that wasn't good enough for you to really invest that much time or energy in. So I would be super cautious around board game Kickstarters.
I was cautious about the Worms board game recently.
Yeah.
That backed and pledged. But I went for the God Pledge because it was fucking Mantic and their God Pledges. This is the thing. They're like fucking crack dealers. Oh, it'll only cost you a little bit more, like 20 quid more, and you've got all this extra shit. Oh, go on then. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. But I trust Mantic with the games that they make and everything else to do a good job of it, because we've had running after running after running after running with them where it is good content. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Rebirth, which is another game I've recently picked up, only came to Kickstarter with a base pledge at the price it was at, with the tokens and stuff that it had. They didn't do this fucking add the kitchen sink and the wazoo out of the arsehole that most other board games are doing, and it was a breath of fresh air that they did it that way.
I'll be honest, I agree. I am coming to the point now where if I see a Kickstarter and it's like, just back it for 30 quid, you get this, job done. I'm like more interested than if it's like, oh, and you could get all these fucking add-ons and extras and rah, rah, rah. I'm like, you're losing.
I'll tell you the other thing that's annoying me with Kickstarters at the moment, and I am going to call you out on this, Medifia, so fucking ride shotgun with me. Hard War, when I first looked at it, it was first teased and it first opened, there was no STL pledge and STL pack. It was just core game stuff and a digital version of the rulebook for next to fuck all. There was no STLs, no miniatures and things like that. As the campaign grew and got bigger, and I think the community got involved, they fucking added a tier specifically for 3D printers. Wonderful. Why the fuck didn't you do that from the off, boys?
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna feel bad.
Didn't you back the Lara Croft one recently?
I did. And again, I really looked at the all-in option, because it was basically 45, I think, for the base game, or 110 or 120 all in. And I weighed it up. I didn't in the end go all in, but it wasn't an automatic thing. I did weigh it up. I considered whether I would need it, whether I was overspending, and you know, as I say, I'm happy. One thing, should we mention it briefly? Because while we're talking about sort of like, in a way, it's purchase regrets and overspending, one of the other things that I think that you and I both want to mention in this sort of context is buying games that we didn't play or hadn't researched well enough. And I'm quite glad to say, for me, the number of games that I actually regret buying at all is tiny.
Well, again, I said this to you last night, didn't I? So Moonstone is just immediately a fucking no-go for us. We don't get the card mechanic, we don't understand why, and we don't get the entire, it's multi-award winning.
I don't want to yuck anybody else's yum. I'm being completely honest. I regret buying Moonstone. I don't think it's a game I'm going to go back and enjoy and play much, and I just think it was a bit of a waste of time. The only other purchase where I would be, the only other war game purchase where I would say I probably regret buying it at all would be, I bought this 2-player starter for Legion, Star Wars Legion, and I'll be honest, I know that the game's still alive and the rumours of a fire sale have been much overhyped. I still can't see myself getting it to the table anytime soon. I'm just not excited to play it.
Well, I said to you last night, didn't I?
And if I hadn't bought it, I'd have been like, meh. I would also have Flames of War on my list, except for the fact that David loves it. And there was one thing that I will admit, I am absolutely at peace in my own mind with spending money on something that I don't necessarily love, where I've done that for a friend, or I've got a friend who loves the game or is passionate about the game and wants somebody to play with, because that's what friends are for. What about you, mate? What's your sort of, if you were to list the skeletons or drag the skeletons out of your closet, is there anything apart from Moonstone where you're like, oh, you probably wish I hadn't have bought that?
Moonstone definitely. I feel all of the other Bloodfields, and
Yeah,
the reason
okay.
I say Bloodfields is because we're about to go to third edition. Still haven't played first or second edition, but it's a 3D backed Kickstarter. Like, what the fuck am I playing at for starters?
Well, this sort of
Second-
leads into your next point. So why don't you do a brilliant segue, sort of finish your
I will in
comment?
a second. I'm just
Why
fucking
don't
with
you
Sarissa.
finish your comment on your skeletons in your closet and then go on to the edition fatigue and the...
So yeah, I'm a bit annoyed about that, and I think the only other thing is just the 40k stuff. It's been dead money. I don't enjoy the game.
Tempted to sell it?
No, and the reason I won't sell it is because it's the first thing that got me into wargaming. It's the first thing that got me to meet you and everything else.
Nostalgia.
So I'm not selling it for that reason, because
I'll be honest,
it's you in a nutshell. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I know exactly how you feel, and I'm the same. It's like I've still got my old squat miniatures and my squat army from second edition. Why have I not sold it? Because it's nostalgia and it's memories and my mate Chris and, you know, spending hours after school or at weekends playing 40k. And it means a lot. It means a lot. So yeah, what about let's go into the edition fatigue stroke. Like you said, Bloodfields, whatever is it? Bloodfields 4th edition's coming out and you haven't even played second or third or whatever.
Yeah, third edition's coming out. I haven't played first and I haven't played second. We played a demo of it and we're like, oh, we'll get that to the table next year. And another year's rolled round and it's not really got anywhere. And then obviously because I'm out of the loop with the community, it's there's an edition. And again, bolt action. I'm not going to kick the shit out of Warlord for an edition change. Not here for that. What I'm here for instead is, why did I get second edition so early and sit on the rulebook for so long and not do anything with it?
Yeah.
Like, that was a bit fucking stupid, wasn't it, David?
Yeah. I suppose actually, because we were talking about this, what you're really regretting here is buying something before you're ready to really commit to it and give it its shake.
Give it its full time and effort and everything else.
Because like you say, you then run the risk of redundancy. To be fair, my biggest game where that was a thing was Batman. The miniatures game, which now night models seem to determine to run into the ground. And there's some, I think there's some doubt whether it's actually going to survive. But again, it was a game that I bought loads of it and played very little of it. And like I say, it's now probably going to fade into the background. And I won't have got the you know, I bought it without actually having the time to do it. That's the problem.
Yeah. Or again, having the player base. You touched the element beautifully earlier that Flames would be on your regret list if I didn't like it so much, and I didn't play it. And again, one of my, and I don't want to sound like a cunt when I'm saying this, but one of my regrets.
I've got bad news for you, mate. Go on.
one of my regrets for you, because I'm going to just fucking shoehorn them down your throat, because we are one and the same person, is the fact that you only gave it 2 chances. We played the first start game, which was bullshit because it was a kill game when nobody had an idea about how to kill or how the game actually functioned.
Yeah.
And then we played an objective game, and you did say, "Oh, it's played better," but then you never really got round and played anymore. Like, I've dicked around with night fighting rules. I've dicked around with all sorts of mechanics with Alex because it's a system both me and Alex love.
I did enjoy the game at yours a lot more. I'll be fair.
I feel bad for you in that you got it and we haven't really done anything or got anywhere with it because of stuff. Do you know
think
what
about
I mean?
it, mate. The reason for that is the reason you should not feel bad is the only reason that I haven't finished my Germans and played more is because you had Alex there at the
This is true.
you had Alex at the club. Oh, Matthew makes a shout about regrets. Fucking War Cradle scenery. I don't...
Let's not kick a man while he's down. There's no point in flogging a dead horse.
um,
I'm with you though.
Yeah. So basically, to sort of like to just finish your point, it's as I say, playing when a game starts to release its X edition and you realise you bought a load of shit for the previous, and X-Wing was also a massive one for me. Played tons of first, none of second, even though I bought all the upgrade packs and upgrade kits, and then fuck me 3, 4, 2.5 or whatever the fuck they calls it come out, and it's like, okay, I've completely lost track of this. The horse has bolted on this bugger.
And again, that's part of the reason why we've left GW games and why we've left sort of Underworlds in the dirt lately.
The other thing, the only other one that I would say is a regret for me and something that I would definitely wish I had been more aware of younger and in terms of the hobby, was getting excited about games that are just fucking hard to get to the table. And so for instance, Carnivale, I love the game, but I didn't have an awareness of how much the terrain made the game and how much time and effort needs investing to actually get the terrain just right, just so, to make the game good. I mean, I'm there now, and I'm glad I'm there now, but I wish I'd had an awareness of this sort of thing. Another example that came up when David and I were discussing the stream idea. I've got a board game that is based on the Big Trouble in Little China movie, which everybody here who's under the age of 45 will not have a clue what we're talking about. But there's the Big Trouble in Little China film. There's this board game, and it's a great board game, and it captures the fun and the kitsch kung fu atmosphere of the film to a T. It is impossible to get to the table. The playtime is like 4 to 6 hours for 3 or 4 players, particularly unless they're expert at it. It's way too long even for a board game night at club. Basically, the only way to get it to the table is to arrange like an all-day Saturday or an all-day Sunday at somebody's house and get those people.
I was going to say, you've only played it once, haven't you?
I've played it once in Scotland and once here, and that is something that I wish I'd been more aware. Because again, now whenever I go to look at anything to play, immediately is like, well, how realistic is that I'm gonna get to play this? How much effort do I have to go to get to play this? How awkward and specific is the terrain required? Do you know what I mean? How much effort am I going to have to put into before we can make this happen? So now, I'm acutely aware of it, but I wasn't for a very long time, and I regret that.
But it's like you were quite over the moon when I said I was getting into Mythic, weren't you?
Yeah.
Because it was a game that you
Yeah.
hadn't really ever got to the table. You got it to the table a couple of times,
Yeah.
but it was very specific. But now I'm into Mythic. Now we've played it with Luke at Club. Now we've played it with Alex. It's a board game we all love.
Yeah.
And it's a board game that's going to come up more and more and more and play more and more and more. And it's all fun. Do you know what I mean? In that regard.
I mean, one, to be fair, Mythic is relatively easy to get to the table in the grand scheme of things, if you don't put yourself through the mill of saying, well, I've got to have everything painted. Once you set that
I've God pledged this.
Yeah.
So
once you start putting those sort of shackles on yourself, then you're fucked. You'll never get it to the table. But
would anybody like a billboard?
Oh, it's coming along. So is this all? Where is this MDF stuff from? Is this Sarissa, is it? Nice.
So yeah, I've got a playground set. I've got a billboard.
Yeah.
I've then got a residential caravan that we're going to build.
Okay.
All of this is out of their Retro Americana set, but I think it's going to work really well for Fallout.
Yeah, it'll work great for
and
Fallout,
for Mutant Year Zero.
So, yeah, it'll work great for both, to be fair. Well, I think we've taken, about 10 minutes to go. I think we've covered everything that we talked
about. Can I just add
Go on, yeah, mate.
One
You've got 10
thing.
minutes.
I regret having the personality I do and flitting between everything.
Do you?
And it's come up already tonight with the projects, with the gaming and everything else. I wish I could be slightly more focused than, like, just look at the past 3 weeks of me on the stream. I've been doing some Blood Bowl, Billion Suns, prepping some metal miniatures, doing some MDF terrain tonight.
Yep.
The other week I was doing my Fallout terrain. I have to have about 15 different projects on the go to feel like I'm doing anything, but then my productivity gets affected.
Yeah, that's understandable. You spread yourself thin.
Frostgrave terrain. Primed and done, nothing done with it for like 9 months. I've got some Bloodfield miniatures printed, primed, ready to go. Need to do a second faction, need to get these painted, need to give you the second faction so that we can actually get on with some gaming.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I'm here, there, and everywhere. I've got my Paul of Karanak warband for Warcry done. They're here on the table. The Escurvian True Blades, which are the vampire ones, I've got like half done and then just fucking parked it. I've got to get them finished, and then I've got to do all the basing on them.
Yeah.
I just flit and gadfly between everything.
Yeah.
And whilst I am making progress this year, it's annoying because it's in fits and starts of, oh, well, I've got fuck all done because I've had 3 different projects on the go. And then all of a sudden it's, oh, well, I've got this, that, and the other done all together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's bad.
So, just to set it in terms of context, do you wish that you were way more focused or just a little bit more focused?
A little bit more focused.
Okay. And
that £20 on the line when I start painting them, Trevor, and I haven't started painting them yet.
And it's really just in the context of productivity, hobby productivity. Yeah. I mean, because I'll be honest, this again, I consider myself so lucky. I don't have anything like that regret. I think it definitely suits my personality to be somebody who tries a little bit of everything rather than deep diving, and I said that earlier. But
the problem I find for me as well,
and I don't think I don't feel as bad about the way it's impacted my productivity. I mean, I get exactly what you're saying, and it does afflict me exactly the same. If I if I only did half of the projects and games that I do, I would have more of them finished in completed, rather
The
than, half done or 3/4 done or whatever. But I don't have any regrets about it. I'm happy with the balance that I've struck and the productivity I've achieved.
yeah, but
So
the other part of this, Damon, is completely get hobby burnout. And to be fair, I'm going to fucking touch a lot of wood here when I'm saying this.
whoop,
It's been over 12 months since I've had any burnout because I've just been productive and flitting between it. Paul several times has come to me and said, "Oh, I'm feeling a bit shit about getting this done or that done," haven't you, mate? You've been quite affected with it.
Yeah.
Whereas me this past 12 months, I've been fucking just going and going and going and going and going and going and going.
Yeah.
What gets me though is I have a lot of gamers at our local gaming club that I want to play games with, but there's not enough time and opportunity or weeks in the month to actually jump around all these systems and play all these games, etc. Like, I'm scheduled in with Paul next week for Gaslands. It's the first time we've played Gaslands in about 9 months at this point.
Yep.
The week after I'm away, then coming back after that, I've got to do a Frostgrave campaign. Then we got board game night. Then one of the nights in September, me and Paul are doing a new game. We haven't decided what it is yet.
We should do Warcry or Kill Team.
No, I'm just saying and just speaking out loud here.
You talking
it just
about
gives me.
You talking about your Warcry miniatures made me think we should make Warcry, because Warcry was on our list, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's one of those things of basically I have one night a month to play with somebody else, and I feel a bit shit picking who I'm playing with. Do you know what I mean? Of, oh, well, I'm playing with Alex this month, or I'm playing with Ricky, or I'm playing with Luke, etc. Like, I know. And
what do you mean you feel shitty about that? You've lost me.
Because there's games I want to play, there's people I want to play with, but because of commitments I've got with booking my calendar system and everything else,
yeah.
It's like one of my regrets.
Yeah, sure.
And there's part of me that wants to say to you, well, let's just do the new games in our weekends we get together, rather than taking up a club night, so we can again both indulge playing with other people.
Yeah. I mean,
but at the same time, it is forcing us to get stuff done, because at the moment as well, we're using our weekend games for other stuff. Like we had D&D the other month. We've been doing a lot of game dev work and stuff ourselves as well, at least once a month, or at least trying to do it once a month.
And the other drawback to doing the new games and the unusual games in private and in camera is we don't get to show them to the guys at the club, so that people can come over and go, well, what's that? Because that was something that was really noticeable with Mutant Zone Wars. Everybody was the same. What's that you're playing? What's that? What's this? Do you know what I mean? It really caught everybody's eye. And that's the drawback with us doing it in private, isn't it? We're going to miss that.
Yeah. And again, we could be playing something, get really fucking involved, get really into Fallout, for example. But I know there are other lads at club that will happily play Fallout with us, but they won't get to indulge and they won't get to experience that or look at it and go, oh, fuck it, I'm going to jump in on it as well with you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
And I think that's like a good regret to round off on.
Yeah, sure.
In it all, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting, mate. I mean, like I say, I think as well, it's interesting because while I've got some of the same feelings as you, I am more at peace with the balance that I've struck, and I think that just goes to show to everybody how fine that balance is. You can be really, you're constantly walking a line in this hobby between being overwhelmed and over the moon, because you want you want to do everything, you want to play everything, but you want to give it its time, you want to be fair and give it its opportunity. And there are just so many hours in the day, and everybody's human, aren't they?
I don't regret having the 50 odd games that me and Paul have. What I regret is my time frame, my schedules, my life balance, and again, not being able to necessarily give the games that I want to give attention to the attention that they deserve or want. Because Luke's massively into Billion Suns, Ricky had played some Billion Suns. I'm the only one with the rule book, so unless I schedule it, it doesn't get played.
That's true. That is true.
Unfortunately not, Damon. We could possibly access it at a weekend occasionally, and it's something we've discussed a couple of times.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we don't get any more access than the Monday night we have at the moment.
And I mean, having said that, if I mean, this is another thing, is like, if David and I really wanted to, we could also go to and like David could go with me to Spalding Club every other Wednesday, but there's like, much as we would love to become obsessed with our hobby and our gaming, we both have partners and other things going on in our lives, and you have to be a responsible adult, unfortunately, don't you, mate?
Unfortunately, yeah.
You know, you've got kids, stepkids, a partner, a house, a job. I'm luckier than you now in that my only responsibility is to my wife and my dogs, now that my kids are grown up adults themselves with children of their own. It's a different sort of responsibility, but still, I'm sure if I said to my wife, "Oh, I'm going to be gaming 4 nights this week," she'd very quickly break me across the back of the head with a piece of 2x4. Say, "No, you're not, mate."
No, yeah. Fans just dived in as well, and it's not that. It's just that thing of the time I've got, I want to share it out more. I want to do more stuff with more people.
I know what you mean,
but
exactly.
Certain games that we have are very adversarial. Like the Gaslands game we've got booked in for next week. We've got 3, possibly 4 in it.
Yeah.
So it's nice for a change for me and Paul to be playing a game, but actually have other people in as well.
Do you know one thing though that we do need to think about is that because do you know what, back in the day when before I went to Scotland, we did do it a couple of times where we had 1v1 games, but we would have 2 running parallel. So we would have, because I'm sure we did that because again, I had a massive kitchen at my old house. I'm sure we had 2 games of 40k running next to each other at one point. So, you know, again, you can do like these mini, it's like a mini club event at home, but it's just logistics. I mean, ultimately, I suppose this comes down to, I don't know if it was you, Damon, saying about having a regret of wasted time. Again, obviously, everybody's different. I don't think I've done bad for productivity in terms of my hobby. I think don't get me wrong, 60 to 80% of what's sitting around me now is completely unfinished, unplayable as is. You know, a lot of it's not even assembled and usable. But I did get a lot done with the time that I've spent. And I am pretty much at peace with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way you've got to be, mate. The time that you've got is what you've got. It's whether you did enough with it and didn't waste it.
Got what you wanted to do, get done. And again, it's a little bit of a sour note to end on when I'm saying that I've had one of the most productive 18 months of my hobbying life so far. Because that is true. I've, hats off, done more in the last 18 months since getting my own place than I ever did before.
Because again,
And
it's quite interesting. Like I was saying right at the top of the hour that I'm really feeling good about my hobby and really quite jazzed about it. How are you feeling about the whole
I'm,
picture?
I'm, I'm, I'm feeling good. And you know what I mean? This is what I was just saying not that long ago about I'm just fucking motoring at the moment.
Yeah.
Usually I'd have probably around now or slightly earlier would have been having a fucking crisis talk with you about like why the fuck am I doing this anymore? Because we've been there, we've done
I'll
that.
be
I've
honest,
got the t-shirt for it. Do you know what I mean?
just
Um,
as you were talking, I was thinking when you were finished, I was going to come in with, because for me, 12 months ago, I have almost gone from the lowest low to the highest high in the
yeah,
year, because I had real, like middle of last year, I was like, why am I doing any of this? It's all frustrating. I'm not getting anything out of it. Um, I think that building up to the new year, the Christmas and New Year, and actually saying to ourselves, pull down the shutters, fuck all the social media and the new shit. Let's just look around at what we've hoarded and collected, and let's just enjoy it. And I think for me, the way where I am now is a testament that that was the smartest decision we could have made.
still got a new game though, didn't you?
You fucking prick. Oh, what an arsehole. And on that life ruining bombshell, we better call it before I fucking reach in and strangle him off screen. Right, guys. Thank you very much if you were here. We'd just like to, before we're going to sign off, we'll do our usual thank everybody over in the chat. Our co-stars, where your appearance here is greatly appreciated, and it helps to make this a whole fun experience for us. I'm sure without the audience and without you guys in the chat, this wouldn't be half as much fun for us to do. If you're watching along later on YouTube, then thank you to you as well. Wherever you are and whenever you watched, make sure you please click the like button. That's all we're going to ask of you. If you want to do the other shit, then it's there listed. You know how that works. That's all the YouTube gubbins. And with that, I think David and I are going to sign off. I've nearly got my next story built. Look, we got all the walls in. We got some corner pieces. Looks like
You're gonna go through some fists.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we are just about done. See you guys next week. See you later.
Ciao.
It's another Thursday night. I see Crispin's wearing tights. Spam is getting in the bath. Young David's full of wrath. Paul is tightening his straps. Where on his apron you saps. Technical difficulties. They're really such a crime. Technical difficulties. They happen all the time. It's Yellow Belly Tabletop 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 time. Cheese meat is on day release. Dan still tries not to crease. And Ewoks keeping nice and warm. In bed with Russian uniform. Meanwhile, the handyman is opening up the can. Technical difficulties. They're really such a crime. Technical Sub tries not to crease, but Ewok's keeping nice and warm in bed with Russian uniform. Meanwhile, the handyman is opening another can. It's Yellow Belly Tabletop time. 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 Chisme is on day release. Damn me up tries not to crease, and Ewok's keeping nice and warm in bed with Russian uniform. Meanwhile, the handyman is opening another can.